Thanks. All right. So here is my answer. Pizza. What's the question?
What's your favorite food?
Riley? What do you think? That's my answer. So what do you think the question is supposed to be?
Do you like
We don't know, do we?
Oh.
One more thought. Emerson? Well, that's not a question. You told me a sentence. My favorite food is pizza.
I know our favorite. I know.
Lainey?
What's your favorite food?
Nope.
Oh.
Well, put your shirt on. Christina?
Is your favorite food pizza?
Well, then I wouldn't say pizza again, would I? Nope, that's not the question. Zane?
Pizza is your favorite.
But that's not a question.
That's a statement.
That's a statement. So, I don't know what the question is, do I? Okay. Did I even write a sentence?
No.
But I have a capital and an end mark. Isn't that a sentence? Oh.
Doesn't have more than 3 words.
It doesn't necessarily have to have more than 3 words, but it has to make complete sense, right? Right now it's just a word. Do you want to know what the question was?
Yesterday.
There's my question. What did you eat for dinner? Now, if I say pizza, does it make a little bit more sense? Okay, so here's the question for you. What if I gave you a piece of paper, and I asked you a question, and you simply wrote this sort of answer on your paper. And then I go home, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sleepy. I'm going to take a nap and go wake up tomorrow, and then I'll grade your papers. I just need a break. I'm done with work. I don't want to grade papers on Friday night or Thursday night. Makes sense, right? So I wake up the next day, and I'm like, oh, Spencer wrote pizza. Will said mac and cheese. Tristina said cereal. Riley said noodles. What did I ask them that they answered? And then I forget the question. That's a problem, isn't it? Because I don't remember what I asked you, so I don't even know if your answer is right or if it even makes sense. So my point and what I'm getting at is that we can't just give an answer that's one word. Because sometimes we don't see the question right above it, and we need more information. So if I said, did I answer the question? Did I answer the question, what did you eat for dinner last night? Yes. Is this a really good answer, though?
No.
Not really. How could I make it better so that you guys don't have to guess what the question was? So in other words, what parts of this question should I include in my sentence for my answer? Right? Or Olivia, what do you think?
What did you?
Your name's not Olivia, is it?
I thought you said all.
No, I said Olivia. What did you think? Yes. Now, if I took away the question, do you know what you were asked anyways?
Yeah.
Do you see how I used parts of my question in my answer? So every time we have a question that's not multiple choice or fill in the blank, you need to use parts of the question in your answer. Because what if that question wasn't there? So let's try another example. I'm not going to give you the question again, okay? Ready? Well, I will give you the question. Here's your question. And I want you to tell me question. I'm going to put up some answers. What is your favorite animal? So I'm going to put up some answers. Put your hands down. You don't need to tell me. I need you to tell me which one is good, which one is better, which one is best. And then we'll listen to Mrs. J, okay? So, no, you're fine. Ready?
I never know my schedule.
That's okay. Hi, guys. How are you?
Good afternoon.
2 seconds, okay?
Absolutely.
So what do you think? I have 3 answers up here. Dogs. I like dogs. Dogs are my favorite animal. Which answer is, well, let's start here. Do any of them not answer the question? They all answer it, don't they? If I had said like noodles, would that work? No. Okay. So at least I'm answering the question. We got 1 point for me. Which answer is an answer? I don't even want to say it's good because it's not even a very good one. Spencer, what do you think? Dogs. It answers the question. But if, like I showed you guys earlier, right? If the question wasn't there, what does it mean, right? It could say, what type of pets do you have? It could say, what is Mrs. J allergic to? It could say, what do we not have at school? There's a lot of questions. Then the answer could be dog. So it answers the question, but I don't know what the question was. So it's an answer. Which one is better? Christina? I like dogs. But you know that I like them. Why is dogs are my favorite animal a better answer than I like dogs? What do you think? Okay?
It gives you more clues about what the question.
Yeah. So if the question was missing, the reader knows what the question was. Don't they? So we're going to practice this in a little bit, but we're going to listen to Mrs. J first.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Okay. So, yes, ma'am. In a second, I just sent Grace. So I'm going to bring you a paper that looks like this, okay? And we're going to look at the front side where it says write your name. So let's go ahead and look at that real quick once you get your paper. All right, so this paper says, every time you have a question to answer that is not multiple choice, fill in the blank or matching, your answer should be written in a complete sentence. We all know that a complete sentence starts with a capital letter, has words that make sense, and ends with appropriate punctuation. When answering a question with a complete sentence, you need to make sure that you restate the question as part of your answer. This helps the person reading your answers know why you're writing what you're writing. You also need to include your details in your answer to make it interesting to read. So let's look at these examples. Here's one. What is your favorite animal? The good answer is I like dogs. A better answer, my favorite animal is a dog. Do you see the difference? Piper? After, yeah, hurry up. The next one says, what do you need, Emerson?
And also says that I like.
Right. It doesn't say my favorite. Good point. The question, how do you get to school in the morning? A good answer is what? Riley? Which one is a good answer? What says good answer? My mom takes me to school. It's a good answer, isn't it? It answers the question. It uses parts of the question in your answer to the point. What about the best answer or the better answer? What's that one, Lainey? In the morning, my mom brings me to school in her car. Do you see how that answer is better than the one above it? Good. It includes a little bit more details. It's a little bit more interesting to read, and you learn a little bit more about how you get to school. That is not true. My mom does not bring me to school in the morning, in case you were wondering. I bring myself. I'm the mom. I bring myself. How many pets do you have? 3. That would be a bad answer. Just the number 3. A good answer would be what? Dylan? I have 3 pets. I answer the question. What would be a better answer? Mackenzie? My family has 2 dogs and 1 cat as pets. Why is that one better than the one above it? Zane?
You're being precise, what you're trying to
Yes. I'm giving more detail, aren't I? He said you're being more precise. It doesn't ask what my pets are, but I included it because it's a little bit more interesting. That's okay. So, on the back, you have 4 questions to try to answer. That first one says, how many people live in your house? A bad answer for me would be 4. Why? Dylan? 4 people really do live in my house, so that's a true answer. But why would the number 4 not be a good answer? Why would that not be a good answer? Okay?
Because it doesn't give you anything about the sentence. It could be how.
It could be anything. It could be how old are you? It could be how many toes do you have? It could be how many fish do you have? It could be what's your favorite number? The question could be anything. So at least how many eyeballs do you have? I don't know. So 4, Dylan, is not a good answer. But if I said 4 people live in my house, is that a better answer?
Yes.
Okay, so I want you to work on your own to answer these 4 questions, and I want you to make them better answers. Don't just make them good, make them like the best. So use capitals, use end marks, use parts of the question in your answer. So go ahead and give that a shot. So here's an answer. I like to draw during free time, and I like to do it with my friends Grace and Piper. How is that answer? Thumbs up? Thumb sideways? Not so good. What do you guys think? I think that is a thumbs up answer. It answers the question, and it included a few extra details, didn't it? We know that the question was, what do you like to do in your free time? Excellent job.
I give it a billion.
These next 2 are very similar. I live in my house with 5 people, and 6 people live in my house. Are those okay? We're pretty good. Could I add more details? Matthew did, and I want to use yours as an example. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So, Lainey, your answer is perfectly acceptable. It is a good answer. Sometimes we want to add more details, and Matthew was trying to do that on his paper, but it didn't quite come out right, so I'm going to help you with it, okay? So he wanted to include who lives in his house. I live in my house with 5 people. So what we would do is say, comma, my mom, my dad, Anna, who am I missing? What's your brother's name? Robert, and me. Okay, both of those are perfectly good answers for that very first question. Did anybody have an answer to the second question that they want to share? Just tell me what you wrote. Riley, what did you write? I need to hear Riley. I went to Florida for vacation and I had a competition for sheriff. Okay, so that was my favorite vacation. Could we include that? Could we change it a bit and say my favorite vacation was when I went to Florida for a cheer competition? Just to switch our words around a little bit. Your answer is totally fine and acceptable. Nice job. Who had another answer for the second question? Yasmin? You did the free time one? I like to paint with my grandma. Because she's an artist? Perfect. We haven't seen the third question. Who has that one? Declan. What did you say your favorite color was? Orange?
Black.
Black. My favorite color is black because it looks so cool and what? Dark. Got it. Sorry, I just can't hear you behind your mask.
I don't know how you thought you can work.
I can't hear.
You're like, what?
So, here's the thing. Matthew said to me, he spoiled all your stuff. He said, Miss Sahowski told us to do this in second grade. Is that true?
No. Yes.
It's probably been a while. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We will keep practicing this, but just know if you have to write an answer in every subject, I expect it to be a complete sentence. So, on your religion test, the last question said, how are you, like, name one way you are like other Catholics? Was that the question? Oh, name one way you are like members of the church. So if you said, I believe in God. What kind of an answer is that? Good, better, best? I don't know what the question was, right? For this answer, it could be like, what do you believe in? I believe in God. But that wasn't the question, was it, Kaylin? The question was, name one way you are like other members of the church. So do you think we should say, I am like other members of the church because I believe in God? Okay. So I didn't mark this wrong. Your ideas are there. But in the future, we're going to work on always using full sentences and reusing parts of the question in our sentence when we answer them. Does that make sense? Yeah. Awesome. Take this paper since we did it together, and you can put it in your home folder.